All right, how's everybody doing? Welcome to, I guess we'll call this Donald Trump part 15. So where do you find all of that? You go to my playlist. So you got videos, but you got playlist. And there's 23 in there total because there's some extras. But in parts 1, 2, 3, and 4, really best if you got them on TV or something where you can turn it up pretty loud, because I didn't have my volume where it should be. I better make sure this volume's good. And then when you scroll down the Donald Trump Antichrist part 13, part 14, and then there's some add-ons. There's add-ons throughout. Okay, I don't know why part 8, there it is. So anyway, make sure you check them all out. It's definitely one builds upon the other. They can all stand alone on their own, I'm pretty sure. But it does help to, you know, have the backdrop, the background knowledge. I'm sorry, I can't think right now. So I'm going to put this video in the comments for you to watch, because when you watch The Dark Knight Rises, as I've shown y'all in previous parts, Donald Trump, the billionaire from Gotham, and he received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and they literally said, I might as well show that to you, they called it Gotham. So let's establish once and for all that he's Batman. Make sure I've got the volume turned up nice and loud. I hope I do. Put that microphone right by that speaker. Yeehaw.
Modeling agencies in Gotham. Very collecting.
He's pumping up Donald Trump. He's given Trump the star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Management is one of the leading modeling agencies in Gotham.
Leading modeling agencies in Gotham. And of course, Donald Trump has told you he is Batman. This is his own. Trump Ownership is the name of the YouTube site. This is
Mr. Trump.
Yes.
Are you Batman?
I am Batman.
So he's telling you that he is Batman, and if you want to know who Trump Ownership YouTube site is,
Out of the labor for
you want to look at their videos, it's all of Trump's promotions. Him on Fox. So this is called Trump Ownership. This is his site, or one of his sites. I'm sure he's got one as, I don't know. But this is his site, okay? This promotes him. So he told you on that Trump Ownership site that he is Batman. Now, what happens in The Dark Knight? In The Dark Knight, I'm sorry, this is called the Bat virus. It's the coronavirus. Why is it called the Bat virus? Because Batman, Donald Trump, is receiving his crown, his corona Revelation 6:2, the Antichrist, excuse me, the rider on the white horse had a bow and a crown was given to him. That's what's taking place worldwide right now. This is a ritual event. Pagans wear masks during rituals. Now, you're fine. You got to follow the guidelines. Remember, Daniel followed the guidelines, and when he was captive living in Babylon, there were certain things he would not do, like you can't worship idols. But if they tell you to put on a mask, you put on a mask. This is known as the American Samoan quarter. And of course, it has a bat on it because you're now entering the book of Revelation. Even Batman had, the comic books had this pandemic and all of that stuff going on. So in The Dark Knight Rises, when Bruce Wayne is removed out of the way, apparently everybody seemingly thinking he is dead at the hands of Bane, it shows the American flags being shredded. So that's when America will fall, when Bruce Wayne, Batman, or Bruce Wayne of Gotham, Batman, or Donald Trump, both billionaires from New York City, Gotham City, when he is removed, now you go to the movie The Prestige. And in the movie The Prestige, you have cloning taking place. And who's doing the cloning? Tesla. Trump's uncle is supposed to be, or was supposed to have been in cahoots with who? Tesla. Trump's supposed to have, and don't forget they had renewable energy in The Dark Knight Rises. And of course, Tesla was supposed to be about renewable energy. It's all connected, that Trump is the Dark Knight, Trump is bad. Remember, Donald Trump allegedly, according to the Q-anon cult, which is nothing more than artificial intelligence, the ghost in the machine. When you watch I Pet Goat 2, the cartoon, in the background, right on the chalkboard, just for a split second, it shows the letters I am Q. That's because the ghost in the machine made the video I Pet Goat 2. And it's also QAnon. It writes the presidential speeches. It writes the script of every single person in the, every single government leader, what to do in this world, on this earth. So what I'm going to put in the top comment, I want y'all to watch all of it until you get to the part with the false preacher. At about the 28-minute mark, they're going to stick this guy in there. He's a false preacher. There's some things that he teaches that's correct, but he is a false teacher. So when you watch this, they tell you throughout how there's always been two Donald Trumps. And it's a montage of how many times there being two Donald Trumps. TV shows, variety shows. But in the movie The Prestige, that's what they show. They show you cloning, body doubling, magic tricks by body doubling, switching bodies.
Next day he joined Trump.
Golly, I cannot seem to get my volume cranked up, can I?
The guy asked him, see, every now and then.
Yeah, the one time Trump lost, he said it was rigged.
So that's this guy named, I think his name's Dick Gregory. And he's going to tell you that there's two Trumps. Now, is he an Illuminati member and he's just telling you that? More than likely, yeah, because he has a voice.
The few weeks.
I don't want to get a copyright strike. So.
First, there's two Trumps.
Okay.
The one in the red tie is the real one. The one in the blue tie is not. The one you saw.
So he's telling you that there's two Trumps. And that's going to be the theme throughout this entire video and how they've shown you that. So then they take you to the movie The Prestige, who it's the same director that did The Dark Knight and The Dark Knight Rises. And notice there's two of them. So it's a body double. There's the cloning taking place. They were cloning all these hats while they were. No, I don't want to ruin the movie for you. It's a great movie. It's one of the best movies I've ever seen. The Prestige. So what you're about to witness is the Trump assassination. He killed him. See, I can't go more than 7 seconds or they'll give me a copyright strike. was a way to move this thing up like 10 seconds. I think I used to be.
See, look. Bring it back.
Where's his brother?
Where's his brother? See? He lies to the kid. He goes, see?
See? He's all right.
See, the bird's really okay. But no, they're really going to pop Trump's clone. It's going to really be dead, but when he reappears, he's going to appear to have been risen, but all it's going to be is a body swap.
He's fine. Look at him.
But where's his brother?
So what we're going to do, we're going to go over this, biblically speaking. By the way, you really want to watch this. I mean, that's what the Twin Towers were about. When the two towers came down, it's the two Trumps coming down. And then what? One rises back up. Remember that you have 88 lights for the Twin Towers Memorial.
Here's a summary from Wikipedia. The Tribute in Light is an art installation of 88 vertical searchlights placed 6 blocks south of the World Trade Center on top of the Battery parking garage in New York City.
And of course, 88 means Trump. Hang on just a quick second. Sorry. When you get up here, you look at 88 is Trump and gematria. And you had 88 lights at the Twin Tower Memorial. Now, when you look up Space Force, Wikipedia, Trump's fake Space Force, 88 active duty Space Force members. Space Force equals aliens equals fallen angels equals artificial intelligence equals ghost in the machine equals 5G technology equals mark of the beast. That's what all this is gearing up for. So you had two towers come down and one rises back up. That's when the Antichrist rises from his deadly wound, but did live. So I made, hold on just a second. So I made this quick post today, you know, promoting this video from Angel White. Now I want you to look at these Bible verses. And the beast that thou sawest was, and is not, and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit. Now who does that? That's what the Antichrist does. And go into perdition. And they that dwell on the earth shall wonder, whose names were not written in the book of life at the foundation of the world. See, everything happened at the foundation of the world. The goats were all ordained to be goats at the foundation of the world. And he knew his family at the foundation of the world. That's why John 3:16 is a false translation. Free will is Catholic. Erasmus, he preferred free will when he translated the original Greek scriptures. Martin Luther, who began the protest movement, hated free will. Free will was not taught in this country until Virgin Mary land took over, Virginia and Maryland, which took place around the late 1800s. And more on that later. And then they beheld the beast that was. So the beast that was, Trump when he was alive, and is not, Trump when he is removed out of the way, and yet is, there's your prestige, when he returns. So let me see if I could find that in the movie where they actually tell you that. So I'm going to speed this up a little bit. Hoping I don't get a copyright strike.
Are you watching closely? Are you watching closely? Every magic trick consists of three parts, or acts. The first part is called the play. Three parts, or acts. Get the cards, a bird, or a man. Get the cards, a bird, or a man. You see, it's a grip. I don't know. Isn't.
Oh, the bloody action, fool!
See, I should expect it. You see, it's a grip.
He's talking way too fast. Let me slow it down a little bit.
It's a bird or a man.
And that's what Trump's going to do. He's going to disappear.
See, I should expect it. You see, it's a grip. I don't know. The grip.
I can't understand a word he's saying.
The grip. I don't know. Of course, it probably isn't. The magician takes the ordinary something and makes it do something extraordinary.
Tesla.
But you won't find it. Now, you're looking for the secret, but you won't find it. Because, of course, you're not really looking.
You're not really looking, he says. And see, people aren't really looking. They're not noticing that there's two Trumps.
You don't really want to know.
They don't really want to know.
You want to be fooled. Because making something disappear isn't enough.
See, Trump's going to disappear.
You have to bring it back.
Which is what the Antichrist does. He reappears. So when you go to I shouldn't have shown you all that from my Facebook. I should have just did it here. It's much easier to see. Let's just go to all of 13. First of all, you have verse 3. I saw as if one of his heads were wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed, and all the world wondered after the beast. And he exercised the power of the first beast before him, and causeth the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. Deceiveth them that dwell on the earth, but it means of those miracles that he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast, which had the deadly wound by the sword and did live. This is the tower, one world tower, going back up. I guess we'll go back to my Facebook post on it. And there were 7 kings, 5 are fallen. Only one of them were saved. That would have been Nebuchadnezzar, according to them. The rest were of the fallen angels. And one is, that's the 7th, that's Trump. And then is not. That's when he disappears. One is, the other is not yet come. And when he cometh, he must continue a short space. So when Trump rises from the dead and takes hold in that third temple, there isn't much time left for this world under Satan. And the beast that was, that's the old Trump, and is not, that's when he disappears. This is the prestige. Even he is the 8th. Why is that? Because he's going to reappear and is of the 7. What do you mean he's of the 7? Well, he's the 7th of those 7 kings. And then he goes into perdition. And these are the 3 verses that I just read about the deadly wound, but did live. So when you put that together, watching this entire video, there's the one world going back up.
First, he shows us the same vanishing act as before. People instead of birds. Borden performs a different, follows this up with a shot of one of the.
To be fooled.
They alternate which of them is Fallon and.
Now, in the movie, he's literally called Fallon. One of the characters played by Christian Bale. Because remember, he's playing 2 characters. One of them is literally named Fallon. And of course, Fallon had on September 11th, on 9/11, which is all about the beast. All about Satan, the fallen angel over the bottomless pit. All of this is scripted.
Which is Borden.
Everything is scripted that you're seeing out there in this world. Everything is scripted. They're bringing this world to an end. Soon you're going to have World War III, and then famine due to World War III, and then death due to World War III and the famine. That is all in Revelation chapter 6, verses 2 through 8.
They alternate which of them is Fallon and which is Borden.
It's a great idea. We thought of it.
Cerebral Oreo.
R. It's a great idea. We thought of it.
See on the stage, and there's the one and more of right now.
2 Trumps again.
Hey, no way. It's
Double Trump. Called Trump Night Live.
Once upon a time.
Now, of course, he's on Saturday Night Live. What about Saturday Night Live? I believe that's under SNL. Do you know where Saturday Night Live is filmed? Studio 8H. H is the 8th letter of the alphabet. It's Studio 88. 88 is in almost every movie, just like a black and white checkered floor is. Unbelievable. And remember, Trump is 88 in gematria. Remember, the thing about Trump is he is here in his own name because a horn is a trump and a trump is a horn. He is the little horn of Daniel 7, or the horn of Daniel 7. And the passages of him as the Antichrist are verses 721 through 725. And guess what? Trump Tower's got 5 multiple addresses, 721 through 725. Unbelievable, right? Now, there's a lot of Bible passages that people will attribute to the Antichrist, and they will say, that can't be Trump. Sadly, yes. A lot of these passages that describe the Antichrist are after he comes back, after the prestige, after he reappears. So, yeah. Now so he's here in his own name, which Jesus prophesied that in John 5:43, I come in my Father's name, you receive me not, but if one shall come in his own name, him you will receive. But his name also comes to 666 because the family name was Drumpf, German, which is where the Syrian I showed y'all in a previous video by Brother James Key that he has the Assyrian blood and the Roman blood both prophesied in the Bible, because both of those bloodlines, Roman and Assyrian, were in a certain part of Germany where this Trump family name came from, which of course was changed to fulfill the other prophecy, being here in his own name. A horn is a trump and a trump is a horn. He's the horn of Daniel 7. So there's your 666 also. Now, he even refers to himself as 88. Text to Trump, 88022. You're like, well, what does the 22 mean? 22 trump cards in the Terra deck. Donnie Darko, which stood for Donald Darkness, a very dark movie. The world will end in 28 days, 6 hours, 42 minutes, 12 seconds. Add those numbers up, 28 plus 6 plus 42 plus 12, you get 88. Donnie Darko, Donald Darkness, which was actually on the medicine bottle in the movie. The Antichrist declares himself to be God standing in the holy place. It will be the newly built third temple, and he is on the temple coin. He's on 2 temple coins. War of the sons of light against the sons of darkness. He is seen as the light. He is team Lucifer. Satan is the darkness. Lucifer is light. Lucifer, remember, Satan can transform himself to an angel of light. Lucifer is the female transgendered version of Satan. That's why the Baphomet has female breasts. Trump has the upside down pyramid on Trump Tower, which I've showed y'all many times, which stands for the divine feminine, Queen of Heaven, the Mother Goddess. 721 through 725 is the address, and it's 6 by 6 bushes. 666 666 upside down pyramid, which is the divine feminine. It's the feminine, it's the Mother Goddess. Moon worship, feminine symbol. I've really detailed this entirely on other parts, but that's what your Starbucks logo is for. And of course, they're backing the defund police, the BLM network, and of course, what people don't realize is it's all on the same squad that Trump's on, even though to the public they appear to be at odds when they're actually all on the same squad. So, hang on just a quickie. All right, well, let's finish showing you this. That's where I was.
A small island filled with glass towers, there lived a prince. This prince had everything.
Guys here to fix the leak on your solid gold faucet.
Again, 2 Trumps. A body double.
Janitor here.
So the spoof is the one guy, he's tired of being Donald Trump. So he asked the janitor that looks just like him, will you take my place for a while, because I want to get out in the world and just be myself. And so when they switch, Trump has the original Trump killed, which of course is just the opposite. It's the clone that'll be killed.
Ew, it's disgusting. Carl, take this dirt bag out into the swamps and shoot him.
Oh, wait a minute, Carl, I'm the prince.
Shut up, Janet.
I'm the prince. Remember, Satan is the prince of this world. He referred to himself as the prince. That's what he was. He was not Donald Trump. He was a prince. Of course, representing Satan, the prince of the power of the air. And Jesus referred to him as the prince of this world, Satan, that is, 3 times in the Gospel of John, 12:31, 14:30, and 16:11. Let's continue. Let's see what else.
He's an absolute idiot.
Donald Trump. I think Ben would say that. Ben said it very well today. So perhaps there are two Donald Trumps.
So notice he finished with, perhaps there are two Donald Trumps. Folks, they love telling you the truth in plain sight. That's what they do.
Who is that guy? I know him. Is he the community? And
He's going to say he has a clone. There's two of them. He's the president.
answer? He's the president of America.
Folks, they love telling you the truth in plain sight. They really do.
He has a clone. He's an absolute idiot. Yeah, I never liked him either.
So you get the idea?
Do a lot of people see this?
Nope. Donald Trump and Ronald Trump. And they're masquerading as this.
He also talks about two Trumps. They all love him. They know who he is, but they pretend to hate him. You QAnon cult members better come out of the, if the Lord leaves you in this deception, there's no hope for you. I mean, it's the Lord that has to pull you out. I can't do it.
Same person, but sometimes they just can't get their story straight.
Welcome back. A fact or a world where the sun is the moon and a lie also lives in a world of opposite.
Words released
Bizarro
today
Trump,
made
there's
up.
two
It's like a
Trumps.
novel.
The authentic.
I'm getting tremendous.
Separated, wearing a U.S. Navy cap.
And peaceful character.
One of my favorites that's in here.
Hey, not bad. Oh, wait.
One of my favorites is in here is when Trump had his inauguration, there were twin Trumps playing trumpets. They were twin kids, twin boys.
He just graduated from the 8th grade, and he's here tonight. He's just fantastic.
He's going to say that I had a clone made of me.
That's why 14 years ago, I created a clone of myself.
See, cloning's been around a lot longer than they pretend to show you. Oh, and here was Van Damme in a movie. I don't know about. You're gonna have to watch the whole thing. I do want to show you the two twin boys, though.
I gotta say, you're doing a great job. In fact, I think this show just got better by about 2 billion per.
Two. They love showing you the two. Everything's two. Here's the twins. Set of twins playing trumpets. And of course, Mike Pence and Donald Trump, Trumpence, also comes to 666 in Gematria. This one's in Jewish Gematria, the other one's in English Gematria. The chances of that both happening, Donald Trump and Mike Pence, comes to 6. The chances of that happening, because that's in Jewish Gematria, notice. That is in English Gematria. Chances, folks, you're starting to get into at least into the billions. I mean, welcome to the end times. Again, you're going to have to watch all of my parts. And there's the medicine bottle I was talking about in Donnie Darko, where it literally says Donald Dark or Donald Darkness. And it was set in the year 88, so 88 is right below it. 88 means Trump, Donald Trump. In Back to the Future, you had to go 88 miles per hour, and the license tag that fell off said, out of time. That's the tag that fell off. Back to the Future 2, they admitted that the Biff character was named after Donald Trump. So, and of course, there was martial law, there were tanks in the streets, there was chaos. They had you're fired, a big scene in the movie concerning that. So let's wrap this up. All right, good chat with my son. By the way, while I was talking to him, I was doing some prep. I am Q. I am Q. I am Q. I am Q. This is from the computer animation iPet Goat 2. So that's definitely something interesting to watch. And the other reason I brought this up was what? Why? Hang on. Yes, I was watching a movie, Hysteria, and this cryptically comes up with an ad in the paper. Notice the 88, and notice the QAnon people always equate Trump to JFK. Well, of course, JFK was assassinated. We know the Antichrist must receive a deadly wound by the sword. And just like the movie The Prestige, disappear, and then, of course, reappear. Just like what the Bible verses were telling you. The 7th, the 8th. Oh, there's one other thing I wanted to show you in that video to look forward to. Hang on. Well, one thing was they when he pointed down, he pointed with 2 fingers. And but both people pointed with 2 fingers, meaning 2 trumps. But that wasn't what I wanted to show you. I like Angel White. Good channel.
First, there's 2 Trumps.
Okay.
The one in the rear.
So hang on just a quick second.
History of the woman and of
All right,
the
hang
beast
on
that
just a
carrieth
second.
her, which hath the 7 heads and
So he's about to get into it here in just a second.
10 horns. The beast that thou sawest was and is not,
The beast that thou sawest was and is not.
and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit and go into perdition. And they that dwell on the earth shall wonder whose names were
Not written in the book of life at the foundation of the
not
world.
written in the book of life from the foundation of the world.
I don't want to get a copyright strike, so I'm just pausing a little bit.
When they behold the beast that was and is not and yet is.
Beast that was, is not, and yet is. That's your prestige.
And there are 7 kings, 5 are fallen.
5 are fallen. Nebuchadnezzar was actually saved, so he was not fallen. The other ones.
And one is, and the other is not yet come.
The one is, which is Trump, and the other is not yet come, which is the newly risen Trump.
And when he cometh, he must continue a short.
And he says in a commercial, Napoleon, Alexander the Great, which is right there, and Donald Trump were all cut from the same cloth. Why? Kings of the earth.
Space. And the beast that was and is not, even he is the 8th.
The beast that was and is not, even he is the 8th.
And is of the 7, and goeth into perdition.
Twins or clones? I say clone. I say clone. Could they be twins? Yes. So you're telling me one of them's, you know, taking the punch? I think it's cloning, which is what they showed us in the movie The Prestige. Even though the actual Christian Bale was allegedly a twin, but the other guy did the same act via cloning, and Tesla was in the movie. So I think we have to use our analytics there. Saved, fallen, fallen, fallen. Is not yet come. Very well done. I really like Angel White. Now, listen to Trump say what he's going to tell us. He says, Napoleon, Alexander the Great, Donald Trump are all cut from the same cloth. Let me find that for you. I don't want to waste your time. Well, he said it right afterwards. Sorry. Napoleon, Alexander the Great, Donald Trump.
Napoleon, Alexander the Great, Donald Trump. We're all cut from the same cloth.
And there are 7 kings.
5 are fallen.
5 have fallen, and 1 is, and the other is not yet come.
Napoleon, Alexander the Great, Donald Trump. We're all cut from the same cloth. You heard him say it. He's Batman. What else do you want to know? Well, a lot of your pride, of course, comes from America, right? And I did a video. Trump says the enemy is God. That's definitely what it sounded like to me. Elections aren't real for president. Strong delusion. Very, very quickly explain what the strong delusion is. Trump says coronavirus to get worse before it gets better. Only 4 minutes. Piece of cake. The difference between sin. But that one there on pride, that's what, if you're a goat, many are handed over, or basically the way Satan is allowed to snare you is through your deepest levels of pride. So that's a very good video. Would love for y'all to watch that. I guess I'll try to remember to put that in the comments. If I put it out here, that'll help me remember. That's just so, but it is through that American pride where I showed y'all that America is the land of the plumed serpent. And I want to show y'all that. Ready? Revelation. Now we've moved on to chapter 18. So we just had a tink so from heaven, having great power, and the earth was light through the 5G technology, unclean and faith and hate. Let me just go ahead and do the whole thing for you. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils. See, because all of the people have uploaded demons into their bodies through the 5G technology, which is what it's for. That's from my Ghost in the Machine video series, which is also on the playlist. AI is the mark of the beast, or MOTB. And the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and faith and hateful bird. By the way, that's why those that take the mark receive torment forever and ever, because their vessels are now inhabited of demons. And it's actually the demons, I believe, that are receiving the torment. I don't think the human person that you and I would know, you know, like little Johnny Smith or little Frankie Fallon or little Susie Snowflake, just because God didn't call them and they were, the Bible clearly states, for God will send them a strong delusion that they will believe a lie. So God's handed them over to the deception because they're not sheep. They're not his sheep. They are goats. And so for that reason alone, being that the rest don't receive eternal torment of the humans, the wages of sin is death. Jesus said, don't fear him that can kill the body, but not the soul. Fear him that can destroy, not torment, destroy both body and soul in hell. And hell means the grave. Death and hell are thrown into the lake of fire. Revelation 20:14 and 15. For all nations have drunk the wine of the wrath of her fornication. They've taken the mark, haven't they? And uploaded themselves with demons. And the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her. And the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. Sure. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. It's a little late for that, isn't it, folks? Yeah. But the Lord is saying it anyway. Right? Because this is all just part of a process. It's part of the movie that you're living in, and you're looking at the final act. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and God hath remembered her iniquities. Who is her? Go back a chapter. Mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of all harlots. And the thing about a mother, when God said, told the Israelites, don't intermarry with these other pagan cultures. Because the men did what all day? They worked for the family with food, building, so on and so forth. Who are with the kids all day? The mother, Mystery Babylon, the mother of all harlots. The mother raised the kids. You want the pagan mother? And what do you think most of the world is today? Some more so than others. I mean, I don't have any more love than teaching your child fake Christianity than I do teaching them pagan stuff. In my opinion, what's the difference? It's easier for me to teach a pagan the truth because they understand paganism than it is for me to teach somebody that's embedded in false Christian teachings their whole life. I'm working with somebody right now, and they're just, I keep reminding them, you got to start from scratch. You got to throw it all out. Start over. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her according to her works in the cup which she hath filled, fill her double. How much she hath glorified herself, lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her. For she saith in her heart, I sit as a queen. Who do they worship in the Old Testament? Queen of heaven, queen of the universe. What's that Catholic church on I-4 called? Mary, queen of the universe. Orlando. Also known as the Queen Bee. I showed y'all earlier how the Vatican, they have their beehive hats and beehive symbolism. Bee symbolism at the Vatican. It starts to get good here, folks. You'll like this.
Here's a summary.
See the bee, the queen bee. The Vatican is all about Lucifer. It's all about the hive mind. Pope beehive hat. That's what it is. It's nothing but symbolism. Bees and Catholicism, history of honeybees. All of their things are hidden in symbolism.
Which is what,
see the sun god symbolism there?
What Q-anon tells
Anytime you have the sun with the face in it, that's the sun god. Anytime you see sun ray symbolism, that is sun symbolism.
But the QAnon people don't pay attention to the real symbolism that exposes Trump as the Antichrist.
Sun symbolism, Catholic Church.
Uh-oh.
Bling. See the sun rays?
So funny.
Bling, 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 bling. That's what it is. I was raised Catholic, folks.
Yep.
I'm just saying.
8 years in a Catholic school.
Tammuz, T-cross, tree worship, sun, rhythm,
This was my Bible study today on Facebook. I do a daily Bible
Look
study.
at that sunburst. It's all about the sun god and the moon goddess. Sun god, Lucifer, the moon goddess, Satan.
Nope.
I mean,
I did it backwards.
sun god is Satan.
Satan.
Moon goddess, Lucifer.
Woman.
Lucifer is the transgendered version of Satan as a woman, as the mother goddess, as the queen of heaven. The Jesuits are who? Isis, Horus, Set.
See the sunburst with the Jesuit logo too?
Isis, Horus, Set, Catholic Church.
Uh-oh.
What?
Here they are.
What? Why is there an obelisk facing the dome at the Vatican? See the Egyptian symbolism? Watch this. Egyptian obelisk at the Vatican.
According to TripAdvisor, Peter's Square is often called Vatican Obelisk. It is not known which pharaoh has constructed it, but it is assumed that it was erected at Heliopolis around 2500 BC. Around 30 BC, the obelisk was moved to Alexandria by Emperor Augustus and erected at the Julian Forum.
Seriously? An Egyptian obelisk at the Vatican?
You betcha.
Obelisk facing the dome? Where else do you have that? Well, I don't know. Maybe the country that has a pyramid on the back of their dollar bill?
Yep. Yikes. You people trust Trump?
Obelisk facing the dome, Washington, D.C.
Y'all think he's the one that's going to save everything? He's part of it, goofballs.
D.C., Egyptian obelisk. That's the lost male phallic symbol of Osiris facing the dome, the womb.
You just Google lost penis of Osiris.
Some would say the hive. Obelisk from Egypt facing the dome. People, come out of her, my people, right? Come out of her, my people, Jesus said. Good grief, people. Make America great again? America, land of the plumbed serpent.
Uh-oh. Say it ain't so.
America, land of the plumbed serpent. That's actually what it means. So guess what he's going to really make great again?
That's why he says it.
You folks don't know what kind of language they speak in.
In red, the colors of Satan, by the way. Great red dragon.
Anyway.
Folks have no idea.
Do your research, folks. Are you doing your research?
No, they're letting QAnon do it for them.
No.
They're letting Fox
I
News
just
do
watched Fox News. I listen to QAnon.
Cult. Stupid.
The true origin, the name America, land of the plumbed serpent. Great. You'd think this country's so amazing. It's the land of the goddess.
What was America allowed to be great? Because that's where the Antichrist is going to come from. You're like, well, we're great.
America, land of the goddess.
Yep, more good stuff here for you.
Libertas, Lady Liberty, has a man's face, but it's Columbia, the goddess of America, the District of Columbia, the goddess of the United States. But they give you the Statue of Liberty. They call her Lady Liberty, but it's a man's face with man's arms because it's transgendered Lucifer. Columbia, the goddess of America. Lucifer, the light bearer. Lucifer, the light bearer. Same as Columbia. Lucifer, the bringer of light, it says. Lucifer, the bringer of light, the light bearer. Columbia, it's all one big connexione.
Speaking of foreign language.
QAnon is artificial intelligence.
I am
It's the
Q.
ghost in the machine. Anyway, let's wrap it up. I sit a queen. I am no widow. And I'm not going to get into what secret society speaks in that language.
True. All right. So to wrap up Donald Trump, the Antichrist, part 15, I'll make sure that I have the videos. Also, I want to make sure that you do know that the mark of the beast, knowing for sure. I got a 3-parter there. The first one,
the machine, there was an
is an hour 37 minutes long, folks. I mean, we get it done on that one. Forgot something. Part 2 is 3 minutes 46 seconds. And forgot one more thing, and I went in depth on it. 13 more minutes. So about 18 more minutes. I'm sorry, about 17 more minutes added on to that one there. So maybe an hour and 54 minutes total, if I did my math properly. All right, anyway, love y'all. Thank you very much. Talk at y'all. Hang on a second. I want to make sure that I put this one in here for y'all also. It's called the American Gemini. It's 28 minutes long.
Yes! Wow, I look fantastic.
And this gives you a little bit extra that the other one didn't give.
No, we look fantastic, and I mean really fantastic.
So I'll make sure I put that one in there also. Yeah, there's a lot more prep that I could have done. There's a tremendous, I got a lot more stuff to do. It's going to be kind of a hodgepodge potpourri of a lot of stuff. And there's a lot of videos that I've taken from movies that are 30 seconds, 40-second clips that I can only keep on my YouTube as private. And then I could show y'all cryptically here silently, because I always have the subtitles. So anyway, love y'all very much. Thank you.